Honorable Chair of this session, Professor Dr. Obaidul Karim, who happens to be the Vice Chancellor, Chattogram BGMEA University of Fashion and Technology, Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Dipumoni MP, and the distinguished guest scholars, Sophia scholars, theologists, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning and assalamu alaikum. It is not welcoming to deliver a speech after the deliberations by the Honorable Chief Guest. However, this is as the host institution, I need to welcome you all to this historic campus, a campus of 102 years old, which celebrated its centenary just 2 years back in 1921. My dearest international guests, I understand that you are going to have a very wonderful conference on a very special topic which was not much discussed, the sociology of Sufism. Sociology of Sufism is in fact a very important topic considering the need of the time when we are thinking about the establishment of a society of inclusivity. So I understand that you will be presenting invaluable papers focusing on Sufism, its tenets, major Sufi tariqas, and their fundamental contributions in building human society and for the greater welfare of the mankind. Sufism is the Islamic version of mysticism. Mysticism is a very secular term which is included in each and every creed, including Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism. Every religious traditions does have its mystical dimension. Sufism is in fact unique in the sense that in most of the parts of the globe, including Bengal, Islam took its foothold through the initiatives of the Sufis. There are two versions of this idea. Some scholars are of the opinion that Sufism and the Sufis were followed by the rulers or the ruling elites, and the others say that the ruling elites were followed by the Sufis. Probably both these ideas are true. In some cases, Sufis became the torchbearer of Islam in the new area, and in some other cases, the ruling elites were followed by the Sufi preachers. But in both the cases, there are some common notion and unity in the idea that Sufis used to preach Islamic teachings through the process of peace and love. Love for all, and for that purpose, they used the institution Khanqa, which served the people irrespective of religious identity and creed, ethnicity. That is why just seeing the humanitarian values of these great Sufis, many non-Muslims came to the fold of Islam at the initial phases. And that is the power and the strength of Islam, that Islam reached each and every corner of the globe. Within the 200 years of the rise of Islam, in most of the continents, in most of the part of the world, the sounds for the call of Almighty Allah through the minarets were heard. And in this case, the unique role of the Sufi saints are certainly commendable. Today, I have got the impression that you have chosen some important topics that is really untouched, unexplored. You are going to touch upon the question of women empowerment, feminism. You are also going to discuss environmental issues. You are also focusing on issues like inclusivity. In fact, a society based on inclusiveness and on the principle of humanitarian values are the core ideas of the Sufis. Let me quote a Quranic verse. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi Quranul Majid call Bismillah. Amin ayatihi khalqus samawati wal ard akhtilafu alsinatikum wa alwanikum inna fi zalika la ayatil lil alimin. In this verse, Allah Rabbul Alamin says, among the signs of Allah, His creations of the earth and the heaven, the creation of many languages and the people of different colors, and it is the learning for the people of learning, people who has wisdom. So Allah has created this universe for every man, every creed, for every people belonging to every ethnicity. Yesterday when I had the privilege to meet my Egyptian friends, the scholars coming from Al-Azhar University, then the former chancellor of that university, he made a very wonderful remarks, and I do recall it. He was reminding us that God has created the sun, the moon, the air, water, environment, not for the Muslims, not only for the Muslims, but for all. And we reap benefit out of it. Allah has granted all natural resources for all. So that is the core message that the Sufis, they understand it, the inner meanings of the Quran and the interpretation of this way, that everything is for the mankind. And today when we speak about the Sustainable Development Goals, the core message of Sustainable Development Goals are inclusivity, inclusiveness, none is left behind. A society which is inclusive, every people, every ethnic group, every religious group will benefit from the richness of the society. And that is why today, when we think about this, then we also recall the invaluable services rendered by the Sufis. They used to render services to everyone. That is why Khanka became a melting pot for all religious groups of people, for everyone. That may teach us to build a society on inclusiveness. We are thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who has already received international recognition for making our country, society, inclusiveness. That is why she has developed some wonderful idea, some model, which is turning the country into an inclusive nation, an inclusive country. And on the basis of this theory, she is now hoping and planning to turn the country into a developed one by 2041, which she terms rightly the smart Bangladesh. The smart Bangladesh will be that Bangladesh in which the citizens will be able to service everyone, to serve the people across the world, across the country, irrespective of creed and ethnicity, and those who are brave enough to come forward at the time of adversity, that would be the smart citizen, and then we will be having a very smart Bangladesh. When there were a situation which was not convenient to these Sufis to work, they bravely came forward to serve the mankind. That is the brevity of those group of people. So when this will be just, we need to translate into our lives. So I hope this international gathering and this seminar will be focusing on this, so that the young minds who will be the change makers for the society and the country can understand and take this value, that is the way Sufi used to work for the mankind, that today we need to follow them, and that will be the message to convey to the generations to come. I am thankful to Dr. Amit De from Calcutta University, who has delivered his keynote speech, and also some other distinguished members from Darul Irfan Research Institute. I am especially thankful to this institute, because Darul Irfan Research Institute is turning Sufism into an academic discourse. That I appreciate more, because that we need more. In the previous years, it was not considered so. It was considered that some people will be practicing Sufism, which is not be considered as the practice of the academic arena. But today, when the Department of World Religion and Culture, in collaboration with this research body, Darul Irfan Research Institute, are jointly holding this international conference, then it carries the message that Sufism is not confined to any particular group of people. Rather, we need to subscribe to it by each and everyone. I thank the Department, Darul Irfan Research Institute, the Department of World Religion and Culture, and Darul Irfan Research Institute for jointly holding this important conference on a very time-honored theme. I am thankful to our Honorable Minister, who, despite her very, very busy schedule, just yesterday she came from France, and today there are many events where she will be attending, and I am also taking an appointment. So we are also going to have very important, prestigious event within couple of days. We will be awarding Bangabandhu Gold Medal to a distinguished person who served the teachings and philosophy of the founding father of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, and particularly the teachings of liberty and humanitarian values. Today I understand that the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, he upheld the core teachings and values of Sufism, and that is why he was emphasizing on these issues which will be elevating the life and conditions of the common people. Today, when his daughter, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is seen to have taken many noble initiatives for the improvement of the life and conditions of the downtrodden people, unprivileged people, marginalized group of people, then we understand that here is also the reflection of the Sufi teachings and philosophy. Once again, I apologize for being late with you, but I will be very eager to know the deliberations so far been made by the distinguished scholars, because you are also being requested to get the proceedings of this conference. Muhammad Zahangir Alam, the chairman of the Department of World Religions and the managing trustee of Darul Irfan Research Institute, Shahzada Sayyid Irfanul Haq, thank you so much for choosing this university as a hub of research that you have chosen today to have this wonderful conference. Shahzada Hussain, Gausiya Ahmadiyya Manzil, Mazbandaria Darbar Sharif, Chattogram trustee Sayyid Imdadul Haq Mazbandari, who is very honored and man. I do extend my heartfelt gratitude to his honor for being with us, and hope to work in future jointly in a collaborative initiative. My dear foreign guests, you will be having a very wonderful time in this campus. All out support from this campus, especially our guest from Al-Azhar University, Egypt, and some other distinguished guests from India, Sri Lanka. And I have come to know that about good number of scholars from 15 countries, both Europe, America, Asia, and Africa, are joining in this wonderful gathering. Our heartfelt gratitudes are due to you. With this note, once again, thank you indeed. Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu, Dhaka Vishwavidyalaya Chirojeevi Hok, Bangladesh.